The sky above the city was clear and blue. The sun shone brightly on the quiet streets. People were going about their normal day. Children played in parks. Adults walked to work. And shops were busy. It was a peaceful day in the small city called Vran. Kai lived in Vran. He was a young man with sharp eyes and a kind heart. Kai liked to watch the sky. He loved to see the clouds move and the birds fly. But today, something was very different. A strange light appeared in the sky. It was not a plane or a bird. It was something no one had ever seen before. The light grew bigger and brighter. Soon, a large spaceship floated down slowly. It was shiny and smooth. The ship made a soft humming sound. People stopped what they were doing and stared up in wonder and fear. Some whispered that it was a sign from another world. Kai felt a mix of fear and excitement. He wanted to know who was inside the ship and why they had come to Earth. He ran to the town square where many people were gathering. The mayor of Varan tried to calm everyone, but the feeling in the air was heavy. People did not know if the visitors were friends or enemies. From the spaceship, a door opened. A group of aliens came out. They walked carefully, but with great power. They looked very different from humans. Their skin was smooth and shiny in colors that changed with the light. Their eyes were big and glowing. The leader was a tall woman. She wore a crown that shone like stars. Everyone could tell she was the alien queen. The queen looked at the crowd. Her voice was calm but strong when she spoke. "We come from far away," she said. "We seek peace and respect, but we need something from your world." The people did not understand what she wanted. Some were afraid and moved back. Others wanted to ask questions. But the queen only said, "We will wait for a gift that shows your kindness." Kai felt something inside him. He wanted to help. He believed humans could still be kind and strong. He knew that fear could stop people from seeing the truth. He decided to do something brave. While others talked about what to do, Kai went to the city museum. He looked for something special that could show the aliens what humans were like. After searching, he found an old, simple statue. It was a small figure holding a light. It was called the Light of Hope. The statue was made by humans many years ago. It was a symbol of kindness and care. Kai took the statue carefully. He felt its weight and the smooth shape. He hoped the aliens would understand the meaning. He left the museum quietly and went toward the spaceship. The guards at the entrance stopped him. They asked what he wanted. "I have a gift for the queen," Kai said with a steady voice. The guards looked at the small statue and then at Kai. They talked quietly among themselves. Then, they allowed him to enter the ship. Kai's heart beat fast. He walked through bright halls and strange rooms. The ship felt alive. It was very different from anything on Earth. Finally, Kai reached the queen's chamber. She was waiting. Calmly, her glowing eyes looked at the statue in Kai's hands. "You bring this to me?" she asked. Kai nodded. "It is a gift from Earth. It shows hope and kindness. I want you to see that humans can still care." The queen held the statue. Carefully, she looked at it for a long moment. Then, she smiled softly. "Not many humans still understand the true meaning of peace," she said. "This gift is special." Kai felt proud but also nervous. The queen's words gave him hope. Maybe this was the start of something new. Maybe humans and aliens could live together in peace. The queen stood and walked toward the window. She looked at the city below. "We will wait," she said. "If your people can show us more kindness, we will not harm your world." Kai left the ship with a new feeling inside him. He knew the days ahead would be hard. Many people were still afraid and angry. But Kai believed that with hope and courage, things could change. Back in the town square, the people talked more about the aliens. Some wanted to fight, others wanted to run. But Kai spoke to them. He told them about the queen's words and the gift he gave. He said, "We have a chance to show who we really are. Let us not waste it." Slowly, some people began to listen. They saw that Kai was calm and honest. They began to think maybe the aliens were not enemies after all. That night, the city was quiet but full of thoughts. Kai looked up at the stars. He wondered what the future would bring. He hoped he could help the world understand again. The alien queen was still on her ship, holding the light of hope. She watched the humans and smiled. She saw a small light in Kai that could shine bright. The gift was only the start. The real test was yet to come. The day after Kai gave the gift to the alien queen, the city of Varan was still buzzing with questions. People talked in groups on the streets, in shops, and at schools. Some were hopeful, but many were still afraid. The alien ship stayed in the sky, silent and shining like a giant star. The queen remained inside, watching the city below. Kai woke early. He could not stop thinking about the queen's words. Only one human still understands. She had said that to him. The words felt heavy but also important. Kai wanted to do more. He wanted to help both humans and aliens. Kai decided to visit the queen again. He wanted to learn about her people and their world. Maybe understanding could bring peace. He prepared himself carefully. This time, he did not bring a gift but only his open heart and mind. When Kai arrived at the spaceship, the guards let him enter without question. They had seen his bravery the day before. Kai walked through the glowing halls. The walls were smooth and warm to the touch. Strange lights moved gently, lighting the way. The ship was quiet but full of life. Kai found the queen in her chamber. She sat on a tall chair that looked like it was made of light. Her eyes shone. Softly, she smiled when she saw Kai. "You return," she said kindly. "Good. I want to talk with you." Kai nodded. "I want to understand your people better. I believe if we know each other, we can find peace." The queen looked thoughtful. "Our people have traveled many stars. We have seen many worlds, but humans are new to us. You have strong hearts, but many have forgotten the true meaning of kindness." Kai listened carefully. "How can I help remind them?" The queen stood and moved to a window that looked out at Earth. "Show them respect and patience. Show them that we are not enemies. Your gift was a sign. Now, words and actions must follow." Kai thought about this. It would not be easy. Many humans were scared and angry. But Kai was not afraid. He wanted to be the bridge between two worlds. For the next days, Kai met with the queen and her advisors. They told stories of their travels, of planets with strange creatures and beautiful places. Kai shared stories of Earth, of its oceans, forests, and people. They learned from each other. The queen smiled when Kai spoke of human kindness, but she also saw the struggles humans faced. Meanwhile, on Earth, the government and military watched the alien ship with great concern. Some leaders wanted to prepare for war. They saw the aliens as a threat. Others hoped for peace. They listened to Kai's words. They saw his courage. Slowly, a group of people started to believe in the possibility of friendship. Kai spoke at meetings and on the news. He told people about the gift and the queen's acceptance. He said, "We can show the aliens we understand kindness. We must be calm and open. Fear only makes problems worse." Not everyone listened. Some people shouted against Kai. They said he was too soft. They wanted to fight or hide. But Kai did not give up. One afternoon, the queen called Kai to her ship again. "There's a test," she said, "to prove that humans still understand. You must help us solve a problem. It is a problem that can harm both our people." Kai's heart beat fast. "What kind of problem?" The queen looked serious. "A disease has spread on our ship. It weakens our crew. We believe it came from your world. We need to find the cause and stop it before it spreads to Earth." Kai felt a deep weight on his shoulders. He was scared but also ready. He knew this was the chance to show trust and hoped. Kai joined the alien scientists. They worked together in a bright lab filled with strange machines. Kai learned about alien biology and helped search for the disease source. It was not easy. The illness was strange and hard to understand. Day after day, Kai and the aliens tested samples and shared ideas. Kai's calm and careful mind helped them find clues. Slowly, they discovered that the disease was not from Earth but from a small alien plant that had entered the ship unknowingly. Kai helped create a plan to remove the plant safely and cure the sick crew. The queen was pleased. "You have shown great understanding and wisdom," she said. "You are the link between our worlds." Kai felt proud but remembered the challenge was not over. He had to share this news with humans and show them that working with aliens was possible. Kai returned to Earth and spoke to the leaders. He told them about the disease and how they solved it together. This is proof we can cooperate. He said, we can protect our world and theirs if we trust each other. Slowly, more people began to listen. They started to hope. The fear did not disappear, but it grew smaller. Kai became a symbol of peace and courage. At night, Kai looked at the stars. He thought about the Queen and her people. He hoped this was the beginning of a new friendship. He dreamed of a day when humans and aliens could live side by side, helping each other and learning together. The alien queen watched Earth from her ship. She saw the small changes and felt hope grow. She knew the road ahead was long and difficult, but with Kai's gift of peace, she believed their worlds could find harmony. The days passed slowly in the city of Varan. The alien ship still hovered quietly above. Like a silent guardian, people began to accept the presence of the visitors. But many were still unsure what would come next. Fear was still there, but so was hope. Kai walked through the streets with a new purpose. He felt the weight of the Queen's words in his heart. Only one human still understands. Kai knew he had a special task. He was not just a young man from Varan now. He was the bridge between two worlds. The Queen had trusted him, and he wanted to live up to her faith. One afternoon, Kai was invited back to the alien ship. The Queen wished to speak with him alone. This was a rare honor, and Kai felt both nervous and proud. When he entered the chamber, the Queen was standing by the window, looking down at Earth. She turned and smiled softly at Kai. "You have done well," she said quietly. "You show the spirit of understanding that many have lost." Kai bowed his head. "I want to help. Your Majesty, I want to make peace." The Queen nodded. "Peace is not easy. It is like a fragile flower that needs care and time to grow." Kai looked at her eyes, shining like stars. "What can I do now?" The Queen stepped closer. "There's a problem that threatens both our people. It is not a war or a fight, but it is serious. We need your help." Kai listened carefully. "The disease we found on our ship was just the start," she explained. "There's a group on Earth that does not want peace. They seek to use fear to divide your people. They spread lies and anger. This group is dangerous." Kai's heart sank. He had hoped people would come together. Now he saw the challenge was greater than he thought. "Why did they do this?" Kai asked. "Because fear is easy," the Queen said sadly. "Fear makes people strong for a moment, but it breaks trust and friendship. We need to show your world that understanding is stronger than fear." Kai thought hard. "How can I help?" The Queen looked at him with deep eyes. "Only one human still understands. That is you, Kai. You must find a way to bring your people back to hope and kindness." Kai felt both proud and worried. The Queen's words were heavy. He knew many humans did not trust him or the aliens. Some wanted to fight or run. But Kai believed in the power of kindness and truth. The Queen continued, "You will face hard days. People will question you. Some will try to stop you. But you must not give up. Your heart is strong." Kai nodded. "I will do my best." The Queen smiled. "I trust you." After their talk, Kai returned to Earth with a new mission. He knew he had to find the people who still believed in peace and bring them together. He began to speak in public places, in schools, and on the news. He told stories of the aliens' true intentions. He shared how they wanted respect, not war. Many people came to listen. They saw Kai's calm and honest words. Slowly, groups formed. These groups worked to spread hope and kindness. They helped people understand the aliens better. But the group of fear makers grew stronger too. They shouted loudly against Kai and the Queen. They said the aliens would destroy Earth. They tried to turn people against each other. One day, Kai was speaking in a large hall. The room was full of people who wanted peace. Suddenly, a group of angry men entered. They shouted and threw papers in the air. The room filled with noise and fear. Kai stood firm. He raised his voice calmly. "We must not listen to anger. We must choose understanding." The angry men left. But the fear did not go away. Kai knew the fight was not easy. That night, Kai thought about the Queen's words. He sat by his window and looked at the stars. He felt small but determined. The next day, Kai received a message from the Queen. She wanted to meet him again. She said, "There's more to tell you." When Kai returned to the ship, the Queen showed him a strange device. It was a small crystal that glowed softly. "This is our memory crystal," the Queen explained. "It holds the stories of my people. It can share knowledge and feelings. I want you to see our past, so you can understand us better." Kai held the crystal carefully. Suddenly, he saw images in his mind: stars, planets, great wars, and peaceful moments. He saw how the Queen's people had grown wise and strong through many trials. The memories showed Kai that the aliens had not always been peaceful. They had fought and lost many friends, but they had learned that kindness was stronger than power. Kai felt a deep respect for the Queen and her people. He knew their hope was real. The Queen looked at Kai. "Now you know more. You can teach your people that we are not so different. We want the same things: peace, friendship, and a better future." Kai smiled. "I will try." As Kai left the ship, he felt a new strength inside. He was no longer just a man from Varan. He was a keeper of hope. Back on Earth, the challenge was great, but Kai believed the future could be bright if only one human still understood. The days grew warmer as spring came to Varan. The city seemed calm, but beneath the surface, many minds were still filled with worry. The alien ship floated silently in the sky, a constant reminder that things were not yet normal. Kai knew that. Winning trust was the hardest part. People feared what they did not understand, and the group that spread anger made sure to keep that fear alive. Kai met with leaders from different parts of the city. Some were ready to listen, others were still doubtful. "How can we trust beings we barely know?" a woman named Neil asked during one meeting. She was a teacher who cared deeply about her students. Kai looked at her kindly. "Trust does not come all at once," he said. "It grows when we show kindness and honesty." The Queen accepted a gift from us because she wants to believe in peace. We must show her we are worthy. The room was quiet. Some heads nodded slowly. Kai could feel hope stirring again. At the alien ship, the Queen watched Kai's efforts closely. She knew the task was not easy. "Trust is a bridge," she told Kai one day during their meeting. "It takes time to build, but it can carry great weight. You are helping to build that bridge." Kai smiled but felt the pressure. One wrong step could break what was just beginning. Then came the challenge the Queen had spoken about before. A crisis appeared that threatened both humans and aliens. One morning, Kai received a message from the Queen. "There is trouble on the ship," it said. "Some of our crew are missing. We believe they may have left because they do not trust humans." Kai's heart sank. Even among the aliens, fear and doubt could break bonds. He quickly went to the ship. The Queen met him at the entrance. "Our people are afraid," she said. "They do not understand why humans try to be friends with us. Some believe we should leave or fight." Kai nodded. "I will do all I can to help." Kai asked to speak to the missing crew's families. They were worried and angry. They told stories of past battles and pain they feared humans would bring. Danger. Kai listened carefully. "I understand your pain," he said, "but I believe we can heal together. We must find a way to trust." Kai suggested a meeting between the worried crew members and some humans who wanted peace. It was hard to get both sides to agree, but slowly, a small group came together. In a quiet hall on the ship, Kai stood before the group. On one side were alien crew members, tense and silent. On the other were humans, hopeful but nervous. Kai spoke first. "We are different in many ways, but we share a desire for safety and peace. I ask you to listen with open hearts." One alien, named Taro, stepped forward. He looked serious but curious. "Why should we trust humans? Your history shows many fights." Kai nodded. "I do not deny our mistakes, but we can learn from them. I believe kindness can be stronger than fear." The group talked for hours. They shared stories, fears, and hopes. Slowly, walls began to fall. Taro saw that some humans were brave and honest. Some humans understood the pain aliens had lived through. At the end of the meeting, the missing crew decided to return. They trusted Kai and the humans who stood with him. The queen smiled when Kai told her the news. "You have helped heal a wound that could have grown deep," she said. "Trust is fragile, but you are making it stronger." Kai felt a wave of relief, but he knew the path was still long. There were many more hearts to reach, back on Earth. Kai continued to speak about trust and understanding. He visited schools, towns, and cities. He told stories of the aliens' kindness and the Queen's hope. He asked people to look beyond fear. Slowly, more people began to change their minds. They joined groups that worked for peace. They helped others see that not all strangers are enemies. One day, Kai received a message from the Queen. She invited him to visit a place on her ship that few humans had seen, the Hall of Memories. Kai entered the hall with wonder. The walls were covered with images that moved and told stories. It was like walking inside a living book, the Queen explained. "Here we keep the history of our people. It is a story of growth, mistakes, and learning. I want you to know everything, so you can teach your people." Kai watched images of old battles and peaceful times. He saw the strength it took to choose peace after war. He understood the deep desire the aliens had for a better future. The Queen looked at Kai with hope. "You are not alone, Kai. Together, we can build a new world." Kai felt stronger. He was ready to face the challenges ahead. He knew that trust was a journey, but every step brought them closer to peace. The peace between humans and aliens had started to grow slowly. More people in Varan and nearby cities began to support Kai's mission. The Queen's ship remained in the sky, and its presence no longer caused panic. Some children even waved at the ship when they passed by. The fear was not fully gone, but something new had taken its place. Hope, but peace does not grow without danger. In the shadows, a secret group was watching. This group did not want peace. They believed humans should never trust anyone outside their world. They called themselves the Pure Ones. They believed Earth should stay alone, and they saw the aliens as invaders, not friends. One night, while Kai was returning home from a meeting, he saw something strange. A tall man stood near the city wall, whispering into a small device. Kai stepped closer quietly, hiding behind a tree. He could not hear everything, but he caught some words. "Tomorrow night, fuel lines. Blast will start chaos." Kai froze. He understood right away. Someone was planning to attack the alien ship. If the ship was damaged, the Queen might think humans had broken the promise of peace. Kai rushed to the ship and told the Queen what he heard. Her eyes turned darker as she listened. "This was always a risk," she said calmly. "Some minds are hard like stone. They fear what they do not try to understand." Kai stood firm. "We can still stop them. Give me a chance." The Queen looked at him with trust. "You have that chance, Kai. But be careful. If this group succeeds, our worlds may fall apart." Kai began his search. He returned to the place where he saw the man. The device was gone, but he noticed a paper on the ground. It had a strange symbol, a circle with a line through it. Kai had seen it before, painted on walls and signs by people who opposed peace. He followed the clues through the city. He talked to people who had heard rumors. Some were scared to speak, but they knew Kai was honest. Slowly, he found the location, an old warehouse at the edge of Varan. Kai did not go alone. He took a trusted friend named Rami, a young woman, who believed in peace as much as he did. She was smart and brave. Together, they entered the warehouse quietly. Inside, they saw machines, wires, and strange tools. Men in dark clothes worked silently. In the center of the room, a man with a scar across his face gave orders. "We attack at midnight," he said. "No one will expect it. We will destroy the ship's fuel lines. That will force them to leave." Kai and Rami watched from the shadows. They needed proof. Rami took pictures with a small device. Then they stepped back quietly, but one of the guards heard a noise. "Who's there?" He shouted. Kai and Rami ran. They pushed through a side door and escaped into the night. Behind them, angry voices shouted and footsteps followed. They ran through the streets until they reached safety. The next morning, Kai showed the photos to the Queen. He also shared them with city leaders. Now there was proof. The group called the Pure Ones was real and dangerous. The Queen called a special meeting. She stood beside Kai in a large hall filled with humans and aliens. Her voice was calm but firm. There are those who still choose fear, she said. But we will not answer fear with more fear. We will protect peace, not destroy it. The leaders agreed to work together. Security was increased around the alien ship. Kai and Rami helped organize people to watch key areas in the city. Many people who once stayed silent now spoke up in support of peace. That night, just as the group had planned, they came to attack. But this time, the aliens and humans were ready. When the attackers reached the fuel area, they were met by guards from both worlds. A short battle broke out. The attackers used smoke and noise to hide their movements, but they could not escape. One by one, they were caught. Even the man with the scar was arrested. He shouted angry words. But no one listened to his hate anymore. Kai stood near the ship, watching as the attackers were taken away. Rami stood beside him. We stopped them, she said. Kai nodded. But we must stay watchful. Trust must be protected every day. The Queen appeared and looked at both of them. You have done more than protect my people, she said. You have shown us the strength of your heart. You have shown that humans can rise above fear. Kai looked at the people around him. Some were aliens, some were humans, but all stood together. The Queen added, this was a test, and you passed it with courage and truth. Kai felt a deep joy. He knew the journey was not finished, but something had changed. The bridge of trust between the two worlds had grown stronger. From that day on, Varan became a city known for peace and unity. People from other cities came to learn how humans and aliens work together. The Queen and her crew started to visit schools and share knowledge about the stars. Children listened with wide eyes and open hearts. Kai continued his work. He met people, solved problems, and kept the light of hope alive. He never forgot the Queen's words, only one human still understands. But now, he believed that number was growing, and he was right. The attack had failed. The Pure Ones were stopped. People in Varan could finally breathe with peace in their hearts. The alien ship was safe, and the Queen still watched over the city from above. But the journey of trust was not over. For the Queen and Kai, this was only the beginning of something much greater. The Queen invited Kai to meet her again. This time, the meeting was not just a visit. She wanted to talk about the future. Kai, she said as they sat inside a quiet chamber, filled with soft lights, we are ready to build something new with your world. Not just peace, but real friendship, a bridge between our people. Kai listened closely. What do you want that bridge to look like? The Queen smiled. Learning, sharing, building together. Your world is still growing. Our world has much to offer. We can exchange knowledge and help each other. Kai thought deeply. Many people are ready, but some are still afraid. That is normal, the Queen replied. Change takes time. But we must take the first step. The first step was a special program. The Queen suggested that a group of humans be invited onto the alien ship for 1 full week. In return, a group of aliens would live on Earth in the city of Varan. Both sides would observe, learn, and understand each other's way of life. Kai loved the idea. He shared it with the mayor of Varan and other city leaders. They agreed. This will be a test of true peace, the mayor said. The Queen selected 5 of her most trusted crew members for the visit to Earth. Kai helped choose 5 humans to join the program as guests on the ship. He picked people who had shown calm hearts and open minds: a doctor, a teacher, a farmer, a student, and an artist. When the exchange began, the city watched closely. People saw the alien visitors walking through markets, learning about food, colors, and music. The aliens were gentle and curious. They asked questions and listened to answers. The children liked them the most. One young boy even held the hand of an alien and said, "You look funny, but I like you." On the ship, the humans were treated with great care. They visited the Hall of Memories. They saw how the ship worked. The aliens showed them energy systems, floating gardens, and healing centers. The humans were amazed at how clean and peaceful the ship was. The doctor who visited the ship said, "Their medicine is far ahead of ours, but they still believe in care and kindness." That is something we both share. The artist painted pictures of the stars seen from the ship's windows. The farmer learned about alien plants that grew with only a little water and light. The teacher took notes on everything, excited to share with her students. Kai stayed busy during the exchange. He moved between Earth and the ship, helping both sides understand each other better. He answered questions, solved small problems, and gave speeches that reminded everyone why this mission mattered. Still, not everyone was happy. A few people in the city watched the aliens with cold eyes. They did not cause trouble, but their silence was a sign that fear had not fully left. Kai noticed this, but he did not let it stop him. One afternoon, while walking with the queen in the garden section of the ship, Kai asked, "What if some people never accept peace?" The queen looked up at the soft green leaves around them. "Then we continue to show them that peace is better than fear. Some minds are slow to change, but hearts can surprise us." The queen then told Kai something she had never shared before. "Long ago, on our home planet, we had war after war. We fought over land, power, and fear. My ancestors chose to change. They stopped fighting and started learning. But even then, some did not believe. So we built the first bridge, not made of stone, but of words and trust." Kai listened carefully. "That bridge led us to peace," she said. "Now I believe your world is standing at the same place where we once stood. You must decide whether to build that bridge or break it." Kai felt the truth of her words deep inside. He looked out at Earth from the window. Lights from the city of Varan sparkled below. People were working, learning, and growing. There was hope. The week passed quickly. At the end of the exchange, a great meeting was held in Varan's main hall. Both the alien visitors and the human guests stood before the people. They shared what they had learned. The teacher spoke of new ways to teach. The artist showed her paintings. The farmer shared ideas about growing more food. Even the aliens spoke, saying how kind and creative humans were. The people clapped. Some even cried. It was a moment of true connection. The queen stood beside Kai. "This is what I hope to see," she said. "You were the first to understand. Now, many more follow." Kai smiled. "And there will be even more. We just need to keep building the bridge." That night, a light ceremony was held. Lanterns were floated into the sky as a symbol of peace. Humans and aliens stood together, side by side, watching the lights rise. The queen placed her hand on Kai's shoulder. "You are not only a bridge. You are a builder of futures." Kai looked at the sky. He knew the work was not finished, but the path was clear. The bridge between worlds had begun. The light ceremony in Varan had ended, but its glow remained in the hearts of everyone who saw it. Hundreds of lanterns had floated into the night sky, shining like soft stars. People spoke about it for days. Many said it was the most peaceful moment they had ever felt. Kai walked through the streets of Varan the next morning. People greeted him with smiles. Some shook his hand. Children waved to him. He was not a hero in armor or a leader with power. He was something better, a person who had brought two worlds together. On the alien ship, the queen also felt proud. She had waited many years to find a place like this, a world that might understand peace. She called for one last meeting with Kai. When Kai stepped into the queen's chamber, she welcomed him with a warm smile. "You have done more than we asked," she said. "You gave us your trust, your time, and your heart. Now we wish to give something in return." Kai sat quietly. Curious, the queen continued, "We have decided to offer Earth a lasting gift, one that will help your people grow stronger, safer, and wiser." She showed him a glowing cube placed on a table. It was small but filled with energy. "This cube holds knowledge," she explained. "Inside are answers to problems your world faces: clean energy, safe farming, healing methods, and ways to care for the planet." Kai looked at it in awe. "You would give this to us?" "Yes," the queen said, "but only if your people use it with care. This gift is powerful, but it is not meant for control. It is meant for balance and life. Kai nodded. I understand. I will speak to the leaders. I will make sure it is used with wisdom. The queen handed the cube to him. You were the first human to understand. We believe you can guide others. Kai returned to the city with the cube. He called for a meeting of scientists, teachers, and leaders. He showed them the gift and shared the queen's words. Some were amazed, others unsure. But most agreed that this gift could help the world. Work began quickly. A team of trusted experts formed to study the cube. They promised to use its power for good. New ideas began to take shape: solar towers, clean water centers, and floating farms that could grow food even in dry areas. Varan became the center of change. People from other cities and countries came to learn. The queen and her crew stayed to help guide the new projects. More ships from her world arrived, carrying tools and teachers. A friendship treaty was signed between Earth and the alien world. Kai was asked to speak at the first world gathering held in Varan. Leaders from every land sat together in peace. The queen sat beside him. As Kai stood to speak, the room became quiet. We were once afraid, Kai said, but fear did not win. Kindness and courage showed us a better path. The queen came not to rule us, but to teach us, and we listened. Now we walk forward together. People clapped, not with loud noise, but with soft respect. The queen spoke next. Long ago, I said that only one human still understands, she said, but now I see many hearts opening. Kai was the first, but not the last. He reminded us all that peace is possible when we choose it. More changes followed. Schools began teaching about both Earth and the alien world. New books were written. Art and music from both cultures blended into beautiful new forms. Festivals were held where humans and aliens danced and sang together. The pure ones had vanished. Most of their members were gone or had changed their ways. A few still held anger, but they were no longer followed. The world had chosen peace. One evening, Kai walked alone near the edge of the city. The stars above seemed brighter now. He sat on a bench near a small garden. The plants there had come from the alien world. They glowed softly, just like the queen's ship in the sky. The queen joined him quietly. You look thoughtful, she said. I was just thinking how far we've come, Kai answered. From fear to friendship. I never thought I'd see this day. The queen nodded. It happened because you took the first step. You gave a gift, a small statue, simple and silent, but full of meaning. Kai smiled. It was just a symbol, but I'm glad it reached you. It did, she said. More than you knew at the time. It reminded me of my own world, before we learned peace. It gave me hope. They sat in silence for a moment, watching. The stars. Will you stay? Kai asked, or return to your world? The queen looked at the sky. I will return soon. But this is not the end. Our people will stay. Your people will visit. The bridge we built will grow stronger with time. Kai stood and looked at the city below. Lights glowed in every street. Laughter and music floated in the air. We'll take care of the bridge, he said. I promise. The queen nodded once more. As the night deepened, Kai walked back through the city. Children ran past him, chasing glowing toys made by alien hands. Old people sat in parks, telling stories of the day peace began. Artists painted pictures of the stars, and farmers used new tools to care for the land. The world had changed, not with a war, but with a gift. And it had all begun when one young man believed in something better.